what you say, as long as you mean it. What's the point in wearing a face if you don't believe it? 'Cause honestly, it's best to be true to who you are than trying to be a version of something that you're not. Just close your eyes and let it all just wash away, and give it time. You don't have to change a thing. Soon you'll see that perfect is imaginary. You don't have the words to carry. Hey, just be yourself.
So far, I've discussed how I used to believe that I could speak to the whole world through telepathy, and also how I had special powers which allowed me to affect how people feel. I had the whole world as my oyster, and I was able to talk to anybody. I spoke to the Queen of England so often, I guess, well, often enough that she wanted to knight me for all the good I had brought into the planet. And I had believed that she was coming on the March break when I was in school. I waited patiently, but I didn't want to rush my time, so I just took it one day at a time and waited to be knighted by the Queen of England. I was going to be Brent Rancourt, KBE, Knight Commander of the British Empire. How cool is that? I waited and I waited, and the day finally came. It was the day before we were going on March break. I waited in class. I was told through the telepathy that I was going to be picked up by people sent by the Queen, that I ended up staying later after class until everyone was totally going home. And then I realized when I went outside that no one was there. This broke me. I was sad. So much build up for nothing. I moved on. I began speaking to the world's richest person who was going to give me $10 billion in exchange for my power tricks. But I would have to finish my schooling first. I had to finish my schooling because I had to finish what I started. This meant I'd have to go through the rest of my college days until it was completed and I had finished where I started. It was a calm excitement, I would say, that I would go through each day knowing that I had to wait, but I was going to be worth billions of dollars. It was awesome. It was a lot, but it was awesome. So, yeah, just a quick recap. The whole world knew who I was. I was famous. I had the ability to talk to people in power or anything. And now I had billions of dollars on its way. All I had to do was finish my schooling, and teach the world's richest person my power tricks. minutes turned into hours, hours to days, and each moment felt amazing. I could go into my world and be the lightest, brightest person possible. People would speak to me about everything great. They would always mention how awesome I was. They would always mention how good I was. I used to come home after school and watch the news, turn the TV on, watch the news. There was a killer on the loose. I thought of something. I thought of a theory called the pink elephant theory, which was, if you think about pink elephants, or you're told not to think about pink elephants, then all you can think about is pink elephants. I used this theory with my telepathy that I had figured out, and I told the authorities and everybody around who would possibly matter in this case that this person would have to go and say, I'm not the serial killer you're looking for. I said it so often that I think it was a week later, I came back, turned on the news, and they had caught the killer and put him into custody. I was thoroughly convinced that it was because of my pink elephant theory that the killer was caught. I was the one who caught the serial killer. And this was fantastic. Like, I was on cloud 9 billion. I was on cloud 9 billion. It was just amazing. Like, everything was just so fantastic back then. It was just so amazing. It's amazing what life can do. As you can guess, I grew tired of waiting. I just wanted to get everything that I wanted. So I'd had enough. I packed up my backpack, threw some apples in there, some yogurt, grabbed my skateboard, some clothing, and strapped my skateboard to my backpack and headed out. I was headed to LA. I was going from North Bay to LA, and I was going to take my skateboard and let life figure itself out on my way to there. It was probably around 9 o'clock at night. I started skateboarding down the highway. With my thumb out, I was hitchhiking. And I got far enough that I think it was an older gray car pulled over to the right, an older man. And he let me in. He asked me where I was off to. I think I said Toronto or LA. No, I said LA. I was going to LA, and here I go. He started talking to me. His car smelled like cigarettes, and I looked down and the ashtray was full of cigarettes. And he told me that hitchhiking was a lot easier in his day. I was just happy to have a ride. He drove me for about 20 minutes, half an hour, and dropped me off. I had a map with me I think it was of North America. I ripped off a piece of it, and I signed my signature and gave it to him. I said, you're part of the legacy now. And he kind of looked at me, took it, and then Yeah, then he left me on the side of the road, which was fine because I was gonna just continue to hitchhike. I continued to skateboard and hitchhike. It was colder. It was later on in the night now, and I just skateboarding and skateboarding with my thumb out. I was also doing Sarcody to all the cars that went by so they would know that it was me and they could be part of the legacy too. Then, once again, my spirit broke. I just figured I was tired. It was cold enough. I just walked across the median, went to the other side of the highway, and within what felt like long enough, I'm sure, a tow truck picked me up, drove me back to North Bay, where I was let off, kicked my skateboard down the street. Rode my skateboard down the street and went to Morton's, got a hot coffee, went back to bed. I didn't go to school that day. I had a lot of reflecting to do, figuring out what I wanted to do next, what I could do next, what was up for me. That could have been disastrous had I made it to Toronto. I made it anywhere further than half an hour away. I would have ended up lost, scared, confused, who knows where. I could have been, oh, it wouldn't have been good. I was spared that day. As sad as it was, there was a light shining on me, and I 100% believe that something out there was looking out for me. And I can't appreciate it more. And it's sad to think that people with mental health issues and mental health problems end up on the street often. And that would have been a really easy way for me to end up on the street. Was just start hitchhiking and just go and then just be confused and not know how to get back. Or even know if I want to go back. I want to talk to anybody. That's a lot. That is a lot. So I returned home to my apartment, and I slept that day. Yeah. I definitely didn't go to school the next day. That was not a priority. As much as I had to finish it, my priorities had certainly shifted at that point. Well, I think I'm going to leave it there. Hopefully that helps somebody.